The camera lights burned bright as Alex Thompson sat on the plush studio couch, his hands clasped tightly in his lap. Beside him, his wife Sarah smiled nervously at the host, her fingers intertwined with his in a show of unity that felt more like a shackle. In that moment, with millions watching live, Alex uttered the words that shattered everything. "I'm gay." The studio audience gasped, a ripple of shock waving through the room like a sudden storm. Sarah's smile froze, her eyes widening in disbelief as the host, a polished woman named Lisa, leaned forward with feigned concern. "Alex, that's a huge revelation. Can you tell us more?" But Alex's mind was racing back to how they ended up here, on this controversial reality show called My Husband Is Not Gay. A program that promised to explore the lives of men attracted to men but committed to heterosexual marriages for faith and family. It all started 6 months ago in their quiet suburb of Salt Lake City, Utah. Alex, a 32-year-old accountant with a neatly trimmed beard and a wardrobe of button-down shirts, had been living a double life. Raised in a devout Mormon family, he married Sarah at 22, right after his mission trip. They had 2 kids now, Emily, 8, and little Ben, 5, and a picture-perfect home with a white picket fence. But deep down, Alex had always known. The crushes on boys in high school, the stolen glances at college roommates. They were whispers he silenced with prayer and determination. Sarah, with her warm hazel eyes and unwavering faith, believed in their vows. She knew about Alex's struggles, as they called it in their church circles. Same-sex attraction, not gay. It was something to manage, not embrace. When the show's producers reached out after a mutual friend recommended them, it seemed like a godsend. "Share your story," they said. "Inspire others facing the same challenges." Sarah was excited. Alex was terrified. But he agreed, thinking maybe the exposure would force him to commit fully to the life he'd built. Filming began in earnest. Cameras followed them to church, family dinners, even therapy sessions where Alex talked about resisting temptation. The other couples on the show were similar, men who admitted attractions but chose family over desire. One, a burly guy named Mike, boasted about his tools for staying straight: cold showers, Bible study, and avoiding triggers like gyms. Alex nodded along, but inside, he felt like a fraud. Nights after filming, he'd lie awake, staring at the ceiling, remembering his college friend Ryan, the one who'd confessed his feelings, only for Alex to push him away. Then came Mark. He was the sound guy on set, a lanky 28-year-old with tousled hair and a quiet smile. It started innocently. Small talk during breaks, shared laughs over bad coffee. But soon, Alex found himself lingering, his heart pounding in a way it never did with Sarah. Mark was openly gay, unapologetic, and his stories of living authentically chipped away at Alex's walls. "You don't have to hide, man," Mark whispered one evening as they packed up equipment. "Life's too short for that." The conflict brewed slowly. At home, Sarah noticed Alex's distraction. "Is everything okay?" she'd ask, her voice laced with worry. He'd brush it off, but the guilt gnawed at him. Church elders praised the show as a testament to faith, but Alex's doubts grew. He started questioning everything: the doctrine that called his feelings a sin, the pressure to conform. Online forums buzzed with criticism of the program, calling it harmful and denying the reality of sexual orientation. Alex read them in secret, his worldview cracking. One night, after a particularly grueling filming day where he had to recount his victories over attraction, Alex broke. He met Mark at a diner outside town. "I can't do this anymore," he confessed, tears streaming. Mark reached across the table, his hand warm and steady. "Then don't." That touch ignited something, a spark of truth Alex had buried for years. As the live finale approached, Alex wrestled with his choice. Coming out meant losing everything: his family, his community, maybe even his kids. But staying silent meant a lifetime of lies. Sarah sensed the shift. "Promise me you'll stick to the script," she pleaded the night before. Alex nodded, but his resolve hardened. Now, on that couch, with the world watching, the words were out. Sarah pulled her hand away, her face a mask of betrayal. The host scrambled to regain control. Sarah, how do you feel about this? But Alex interrupted. I love you, Sarah, but not the way a husband should. I've been pretending, and it's killing me. The aftermath was chaos. Producers cut to commercial, but the damage was done. Phones buzzed with notifications, social media exploding. Supporters hailed Alex as brave. Critics called him selfish. Backstage, Sarah sobbed. How could you do this to us? To the kids. Alex's heart ached. I did it for them too, so they don't grow up with a father who's broken inside. That night, alone in a hotel room, Alex called Mark. It's done, he said, voice trembling. Mark's response was soft. I'm proud of you. For the first time, Alex felt a glimmer of freedom, but the road ahead loomed dark with uncertainty. The days following the broadcast blurred into a whirlwind of fallout. Alex's phone rang incessantly. Reporters, church leaders, even distant relatives. He ignored most, but one call he couldn't dodge was from his parents. Son, what have you done? His father boomed, disappointment thick in his voice. You've shamed the family. His mother wept, quoting scriptures about repentance. Alex hung up, feeling the weight of generations of expectation crushing him. Sarah packed a bag and took the kids to her sister's house in Provo. I need space, she texted. Alex understood. He'd shattered her world too. The house felt empty without Emily's laughter or Ben's toy cars scattered everywhere. He wandered the rooms, memories assaulting him. Their wedding day, full of hope. The birth of their children, moments of pure joy. But intertwined were the lies, the nights he feigned intimacy, the excuses for his distance. Mark became his anchor. They met discreetly at first in coffee shops far from prying eyes. You're not alone, Mark assured him, sharing stories of his own coming out. Raised in a liberal California family, Mark's journey was worlds apart, but his empathy bridged the gap. Their conversations deepened, evolving from support to something more. A brush of hands, a lingering gaze. Feelings Alex had suppressed for so long bubbled up, raw and real. But society wasn't kind. The show aired reruns, sparking national debate. Conservative pundits decried Alex as a quitter, arguing that commitment trumped orientation. Marriage is a choice, one talk show host proclaimed. LGBTQ+ advocates rallied, calling the program conversion therapy in disguise. Protests formed outside the network's headquarters, signs reading "Love is love," clashing with "Family first." Alex's job was next. His boss, a fellow church member, called him in. We support you personally, but clients are concerned. The subtext was clear. His visibility was a liability. He was encouraged to take leave, code for find another job. Financial worries mounted. How would he support the kids if Sarah filed for divorce? Amid the turmoil, Alex sought therapy. Not the church-approved kind, but a neutral counselor in downtown Salt Lake. Dr. Elena Ramirez, a no-nonsense woman in her 50s, listened without judgment. You've internalized shame for years, she said. Coming out is a step toward healing, but it's not the end. Sessions unpacked his upbringing, the rigid doctrines that equated worth with heteronormativity. Alex cried, raged, and slowly began to forgive himself. Mark introduced him to a support group for ex-Mormons who'd come out. There, Alex met others like him, men who'd left marriages, rebuilt lives. One, a father of 3 named Tom, shared, "It hurts at first, but honesty sets you free." Inspired, Alex reached out to Sarah. They met at a neutral park, kids playing nearby. "I never meant to hurt you," he said. Sarah's eyes were red-rimmed. "I know, but why on TV? Why humiliate me?" Alex explained his desperation, the fear that backing out would trap him forever. They talked custody, finances, practicalities masking deeper pain. As weeks turned to months, romance blossomed with Mark. Their first real date was simple. A hike in the Wasatch Mountains, crisp air clearing Alex's mind. At the summit, Mark kissed him, gentle, affirming. "This is what it feels like to be true," Mark whispered. Alex's heart soared. but guilt lingered. Was he abandoning his family for this? Social conflicts escalated. Church friends shunned him. Some sent hateful letters quoting Leviticus. Online, trolls doxed him, forcing a move to a small apartment. But allies emerged too. A viral hashtag #StandWithAlex trended, celebrities tweeting support. A journalist from the New York Times interviewed him, turning his story into a feature on the harms of mixed-orientation marriages. Sarah filed for divorce, but amicably. For the kids' sake, she said. They agreed on joint custody, therapy for Emily and Ben. The children adapted better than expected. "Daddy, are you happy now?" Emily asked one day. Alex nodded, tears in his eyes. "Getting there, sweetie." Yet, doubts crept in. Late nights, Alex wondered if the public spectacle was worth it. Had he inspired others or just fueled division? Mark reassured him, but the internal battle raged. A speaking invitation came from an LGBTQ+ conference in San Francisco, his first chance to own his narrative. Packing for the trip, Alex reflected on the man he'd been. Closeted, compliant. Now he was out, but at what cost? The plane ride west felt like crossing into a new life, Mark by his side. In the city of freedom, Alex felt hope flicker stronger. San Francisco welcomed Alex like an old friend he never knew he had. The conference hall buzzed with energy. Rainbow flags, passionate speakers, stories of triumph over adversity. On stage, Alex shared his journey, voice steady despite nerves. "I came out on national TV because I couldn't live the lie anymore," he said. The audience applauded, some in tears. Afterward, strangers hugged him, thanking him for visibility. "You gave me courage," a young man whispered. Mark beamed from the front row, their relationship now public. Back in Utah, it had been whispers. Here it was open. They strolled hand in hand through the Castro district, vibrant murals and lively bars, a stark contrast to Salt Lake's conservatism. "This could be our future," Mark mused. Alex smiled, but a pang hit him. His kids were still in the heart of Mormon country. Returning home brought reality crashing back. Emily's school called. Classmates teased her about Daddy's boyfriend. Ben asked innocent questions that broke Alex's heart. "Why can't you love Mommy anymore?" Therapy helped, but the societal rift deepened. Sarah's family cut ties, calling Alex a sinner. His own parents softened slightly. His mother sent a tentative text. "We miss the grandkids," but reconciliation seemed distant. Professionally, Alex pivoted. Fired from accounting, he started a blog, Out of the Shadows, chronicling his experiences. It gained traction, leading to freelance writing gigs. A book deal loomed, but critics accused him of profiting from pain. "He's exploiting his family," one op-ed read. Alex defended himself in interviews, emphasizing education over sensationalism. Mark's world collided with Alex's when he met the kids. A supervised playdate at the park. Emily wary, Ben curious. "Are you Daddy's friend?" Ben asked. Mark nodded. "A special one." Sarah watched from afar, her expression mixed. Later, she confided, "He seems nice, but this is hard for me." Alex appreciated her effort. Co-parenting required compromise. Conflicts arose within the LGBTQ+ community too. Some viewed Alex's past marriage as betrayal, questioning his authenticity. "You lived straight for years. How gay are you really?" a commenter sniped. It stung, echoing his internal doubts. Mark dismissed it. "Your journey is valid." But Alex grappled with identity, attending pride events to affirm his place. A major turning point came when the church excommunicated him. A formal letter arrived, citing apostasy. Friends who'd stayed silent now chose sides. Some supported, others ghosted. At a family reunion he wasn't invited to, whispers spread. Alex's sister, the only sibling still talking, called. "They're praying for you." It hurt, but liberated him from pretense. Romance with Mark deepened amid chaos. They moved in together, a cozy apartment overlooking the city. Mornings with coffee and quiet talks, evenings cooking dinner. Simple joys Alex never imagined. But arguments flared. Mark pushed for full commitment, while Alex hesitated, fearing more loss. What if the kids suffer? Alex worried. Mark countered. Hiding won't protect them. National attention peaked with a follow-up special. The network, capitalizing on controversy, invited Alex back. He declined at first, but Sarah encouraged it. Clear the air. On air, they sat civilly. We both made mistakes, Sarah admitted, but we're focused on the kids. Alex spoke of growth. Coming out saved my life. Viewers responded positively, ratings soaring. Yet, personal toll mounted. Alex battled depression, therapy revealing layers of trauma. Mark supported but strained. I love you, but this affects us too, he said during a fight. Alex realized relationships required work, regardless of orientation. As fall turned to winter, Alex volunteered at a youth center for LGBTQ+ teens. Hearing their stories, rejection, suicidal thoughts, mirrored his youth. You don't have to wait like I did, he told them. It gave purpose, healing wounds. One evening, watching the kids sleep during his custody weekend, Alex reflected. Mark joined him, arm around his shoulder. We've come far. Alex nodded, but questions lingered. Had the public coming out empowered or endangered? The debate raged online, fueling his resolve to advocate. Winter brought introspection and new challenges. Alex's blog evolved into a podcast, Unmasked, where he interviewed others from mixed orientation marriages. Guests shared heart-wrenching tales. Wives feeling deceived, husbands torn by duty. Listeners messaged thanks, but hate mail persisted. One anonymous email threatened violence, prompting police involvement. Mark insisted on security, their home now a fortress of caution. Sarah started dating a kind widower from church. Alex felt a mix of relief and jealousy, irrational pangs for the life lost. I'm happy for you, he told her sincerely. Co-parenting improved. They attended school events together, presenting a united front. Emily thrived in art class, drawing families in all forms. Ben adapted, calling Mark uncle at first, then just Mark. Societal clashes intensified. A bill in Utah aimed to ban conversion therapy for minors, Alex testifying in support. I lived it. It's harmful, he argued before lawmakers. Opponents, including church representatives, countered with religious freedom. Protests outside the Capitol turned tense. Shouts of, "Protect our kids," clashing with "Equality now." Alex's face on news feeds made him a target. A rock shattered his car window one night. Mark's patience wore thin. This activism, is it worth the risk? He asked. Alex defended. If not me, who? Their bond tested but strengthened through counseling. We're in this together, Mark affirmed. Intimacy grew, not just physical but emotional, sharing fears, dreams. Alex dreamed of marriage someday, but legality in Utah loomed uncertain. Family reconciliation flickered. His parents invited him for Christmas. Kids only at first, but Alex pushed. All or nothing. They relented, Mark included. Dinner was awkward. Stilted talk, avoided topics. But his mother hugged him goodbye. We love you. It was a start, cracks in the wall of judgment. Professionally, the book deal materialized. Shattered vows. A journey out. Writing unearthed buried emotions. Regret for hurting Sarah. Anger at systemic pressures. Launch events drew crowds, debates sparking. A panel with a conservative commentator turned heated. You chose to marry, own it. Alex retorted. I chose survival in a world that didn't accept me. Community backlash followed. Former friends picketed a signing. Signs reading traitor to faith. Alex stood firm, but exhaustion set in. Therapy focused on boundaries. You can't save everyone. He scaled back, prioritizing self-care. Romance with Mark hit a milestone. A weekend getaway to Lake Tahoe. Snow-capped mountains, cozy cabin. Time to reconnect. I want a future with you, Mark said by the fire. Alex proposed informally. Me too. Rings exchanged in private. A promise amid uncertainty. Back home, a custody dispute arose. Sarah's new boyfriend, traditionalist, influenced her to seek more time. For stability, she claimed. Court hearings dredged up the TV moment. Irresponsible parenting. Alex's lawyer argued authenticity as strength. The judge, progressive, ruled joint, progress but stressful. Advocacy continued. Alex spoke at colleges, inspiring students. One, a closeted freshman, emailed, "Your story saved me. It validated the pain." As spring bloomed, Alex reflected on growth. From hidden husband to outspoken advocate, the path was fraught. Mark's support unwavering, their love a beacon. But questions persisted. Did public exposure heal or harm? The answer evolved daily. Spring ushered in renewal, but not without final storms. Alex's book hit bestseller lists, interviews flooding in. A national talk show invited him, ironic given his history. He accepted, sharing lessons. Honesty is messy, but essential. Viewers connected, stories pouring in. Personal life stabilized. Custody settled, kids adjusted. Emily joined a rainbow club at school. Ben played with Mark without hesitation. Sarah's wedding approached. Alex attended as friend, a testament to forgiveness. Family ties mended slowly. Parents visited, awkward but genuine. "We're trying," his father admitted. Siblings reached out, bridges rebuilt. Mark and Alex planned a commitment ceremony, small, intimate, in California where it was legal. Vows exchanged under sunny skies, symbolizing rebirth. "Through chaos, I found you," Alex said. Advocacy shifted to mentoring. He founded a support network for those in similar situations, partnering with organizations. Impact grew. Policies changed, awareness spread. Yet, reflections on that fateful broadcast lingered. Spark change, but at personal cost. Sarah thrived in her new life. Kids resilient. Alex happier, authentic. In quiet moments, he pondered the broader implications. Society debated. Was forcing conformity ethical? His story fueled discussions on faith, identity, rights. As years passed, the story culminates here in present tense reflection. Alex looked back, grateful yet wary. The TV moment, catalyst or catastrophe, was coming out on national television during a show meant to deny his truth ultimately the right path, or did it inflict unnecessary pain on those he loved?